So I've been asked how to make a hollow pumpkin, and here is my half-finished hollow pumpkin that you could actually put a little light in and it would, you know, glow. The bottom, as you can see, is hollowed out. I'm going to start with Sculpey sweet potato pie, the color, and roll some out. Here I have a large glass marble. Just any old glass marble will work. I rolled this out on an Atlas pasta machine on the number 4, and I'm going to put it over my marble like this. Cut off your excess. Doesn't have to be perfect by any means. And then on the bottom, I'm going to cut the opening, because you do have to get the marble out at some point. So that's where the bottom comes in. I'm going to use my fingers to make it more even and to open it up. And my top is going to be, I'm going to guess that my top is right here. Make myself a nice little hole. Not too big. And use something like a toothpick or something like that to make the little pumpkin lines. Okay. Make sure that little hole is open there. I need it. And then I'm going to go use my blow dryer on a really hot setting to cure it so it's hard. Here I have another uncooked pumpkin. I'm going to show you. I have a embossing gun because it's really, really hot. And I'm going to show you how to make little bubbly, wart-looking texture things. So you won't have a completely perfectly smooth pumpkin, which doesn't look quite as real. So I'll show you how. And then it's really, really hot right now. And this will not bake it all the way through by any means, but it will give you that realistic texture. It's not perfectly smooth because it kind of burns the outside a little bit, so it bubbles. It's great. And actually use the top of an acorn little chunk, but you can use a stick or anything you want for the little piece that goes on the top. This is really, really, really hot. And I have done the marble one, and it's still pretty, yeah, it's still pretty hot. It has texture too, and you want that texture, because if it's all just like smooth like this, I mean, how boring is that? You really want it to look real. So take your marble and the hole in the top. You're gonna, actually, it's not gonna come out of here very easy. It's gonna crack a little bit. That's okay, because you can always super glue it or do an additional layer of clay over it. Oh, I just cracked the whole side here. See? My little crack here. That's alright. Might be a good thing. I'm actually just going to finish cutting it right there. That glass marble isn't going to mind. Ow. You might want to wait till it cools a little more than I am. Okay. Actually, that's a hot marble. So now you have your hollow part, and you have it split here. And you can use super glue or TLS if you want to glue that back together. And I notice it's splitting all over the place, so it's really kind of a pain. Oh, shoot, I forgot a step. Alright, put the marble back in, quick, I forgot to tell you this part. And I have a little, my little trusty flashlight makes a good stand. Take this and make eyeballs. What you need?
When were you going to go into town?
So here's the pumpkin. The marble's in there. You take your razor blade and you cut little eyes in it. And cut another little eye. Be very careful with the razor blade. Anyway, there's your two little eyeballs. Make a little mouth if you desire. So here's your little pumpkin guy. Now you're gonna split him open, get your marble out. You can glue him back together. You could do several different things to glue him back together. You could use TLS and rebake him. If you wanted the bottom covered, you could just take...
Look at this, Mom!
Oh, holy cow, that's nice. You could just take the bottom, and since he's already hard, you could just blend him in. The bottom won't be round, but you could do that like that. Of course, you want to take your time, make it look really good. If you do it like that, don't forget you're going to want to leave a little hole in the bottom for the cord if you're going to put a little LED light or something in there. Don't forget that part. But I wouldn't even bother with it. I'd just leave it like this and call it good.
Thank you for letting me use this.
I would take the TLS, go along your cracks. Yeah, there's a couple different ones. Go back over here. And his face, of course, wants to crack. Can't have him do that. Okay, and then take your blow dryer and blow dry the little guy, and then I'll show you again. Now I have to walk out the door really quick, but I wanted to finish up. I used TLS and it turned all white on here, so I didn't like it, so then I used colored TLS by just putting some orange chalk in it and coloring it. And I used that, and it's orange so you can see it, and I don't like that at all, so I would go ahead and use super glue if you care about the cracks, which you probably should. Or you can glue the, go from the inside and patch work it for the liquid Sculpey from the inside, then use your blow dryer to dry it. And you could put a bottom on if you want, but you don't have to. And then I used just a little stick for the top. And then you'd put your little light through the hole or however you want to light it. And that's all there is to making a hollow pumpkin.